After scoring a 520 and tutoring over hundreds of students for over 4 years, here are my thoughts on strategies that don't work for cars and what does work for cars. What does not work are quick fixes like highlighting, underlining, or coming up with summaries at the end of a passage. Those things might help you a little bit in terms of processing information, but they're not automatically going to improve your overall reading comprehension or give you a huge jump in your CARS score. There are plenty of anecdotal stories out there that you can find that talk about one of these strategies working for one particular person. The truth is that reading comprehension is very complex, and none of those things have ever been shown in research to give consistent results in improving people's comprehension. If it were that simple, those learning strategies would be taught across the entire world, because reading comprehension is an extremely important topic and something that people are constantly trying to figure out how to get people to improve with. What does work for cars is consistent, very in-depth and thorough practicing. During the review process, so after you've done cars under timed conditions, you need to be going back over the entire passage every single time and reading it line by line. When you run into sentences that are fairly confusing, that is your opportunity to improve, because you take that confusing sentence, you spend enough time breaking it down until you feel like you fully understand it, to the point that you could explain it to somebody else who's also confused and get them to understand it as well. You basically do that process over and over and over for every sentence that you find confusing, and eventually you're going to notice some improvements with your ability to read these difficult sentences. Some of those strategies, like highlighting or underlining, can help you with this really deep breakdown of a passage. But ultimately, seeing big improvements with cars is going to come from doing that level of breakdown over and over and over again. To some people, this advice might seem obvious in the sense that I'm saying you need to practice to get better at something, but sadly, that is just the truth with cars and pretty much everything with the MCAT. There are no shortcuts. It comes down to doing very, very in-depth practice and taking the things you are not good at and challenging yourself to figure them out, even if it takes a lot of time and a lot of repetition.